Is this how I start all my videos? I love you guys. So, I wanted to talk to you today about how and why going to the beach can create crazy ass abundance in your life. Okay? So, with many of my clients, hi, Kimmy. I love you. Great to see you so much. So, I want to talk about manifestation. And I want to talk to you today. I'm going to share with you one tip, one of the most important tips you need to know for manifestation to make it happen. Okay? Because whatever you want to manifest in your life, be it weight loss, more money, the love of your life, maybe it's a new place, maybe it's a house by the beach, maybe it's manifesting a career that you love or having the confidence to do what you love. Hi, Rosa. I love you guys. You are amazing. My family is here. And there's it's very important, and I've realized this myself, and I'm going to share you a little story of what's been going on for me and how the same principles are going to affect you and stop you. If you don't do these things right, they will sabotage any kind of goals or big dreams that you're going after in your life. Okay, so first of all, if you're on the call, whoever's on the call, what are you trying to manifest in your life? So drop a comment in the chat below. Drop a comment. What do you guys want? And here's the problem is in life, first of all, because a lot of times on the way to going after our goals, whenever we go after them, there can be a lot of pain come up. You know, whether it's, oh my God, it's failed attempts. It's like, you crash your car, maybe your health like declines, or so that we start to get this thing like, oh, I don't want to go after my goal because every time I try to go after it, I get confronted with failure or blocks or roadblocks or all these things. And so there's a tendency to stop wanting to dream big. That was definitely for me in my case. When I was young, I had tons of dreams. And throughout my 30s, my dreams, to be honest, because the problem is I was putting my happiness, the very first problem is I was putting my happiness and my contentment in external goals, in the goal, in the manifestation. So first of all, if anyone's on the call, dream job and lots of money. Yeah. So if anyone's hopped on the call so far, we're talking about manifesting, and we're talking about, I'm going to give you one tip that's going to help you get closer to manifesting whatever you want in your life. That could be health, weight loss, job, money, sexy, juicy, love, intimacy, whatever you want, okay? So drop a comment for anybody in the call. Hi, Anne, how are you? Yay, health and wealth. Okay, so first of all, what I want you guys to do is you got to be specific about your goals. You can't have, if you don't have clarity around your goals and time frames and when you want it to happen, the universe is like, okay, so whenever. So the more clarity you have, the more, we'll go into this in another video, the more clarity you have, the more you're going to be able to manifest these goals. Okay, so first of all, the one thing that you can't do, that you have to stop doing, is putting your happiness in the external goal. That's the first problem, is people think once this goal happens, once I get this job of my dream, then I'm going to be happy. Once I lose weight, then I'm going to feel sexy, then I'm going to be able to like strut my stuff, then I'm going to feel confident. Once I I was doing this with myself. Even with money, I increased my money, I think from 4,000, 5,000 a month into this month I did 25,000. It's crazy. But I still wasn't happy. I was almost working too much, and I wasn't creating abundance in the now. Okay, so if you are going after these goals and you are putting your happiness in that goal, that means when you don't have that goal, you're unhappy. Okay, you're unhappy. That's the problem. And here is the number one tip for anybody that's, who else? What did you guys say? Not about weight anymore, just general health. So Kim says, not about weight, just general health. Anne is weight loss and more moolah. Good. These are awesome things. Dream job and lots of money is Rosette. So yay. So the problem is, hi Becky, I love you. Oh my God, everybody's on the call. This is great. So here's the thing with attraction and the law of attraction. A lot of people would think like, I just got to believe these thoughts and repeat these positive affirmations again and again. But first of all, the universe knows if you're saying it, but you don't believe it. First of all, like you could be like, I deserve more money. I deserve more money. I deserve more money. It's good to say those things. But what's going to happen is every subconscious belief that you have where you actually feel undeserving in your life, it's going to percolate. It's going to come up. And so you're not going backwards. People think when shit comes up, you're going backwards. You're not going backwards. You're going forward. You're going forward only if you know how to go into those feelings and process those feelings and shift those feelings. We're not going to go into that on this call today. That's why if you want to know how to do that, you got to join my 90-day program, okay? You got to learn how to do, a lot of people on the call, actually pretty much everyone, you got to do the inner child work. Everybody on this call, I think, is learning to do that. Okay, so when you're going backwards, if you do it with enough, you have enough awareness of like, what is the lesson? What is the lesson? Then that is going to that is going to move you forward. Okay? Now, with the law of attraction, and this is the same with, you can't fake gratitude. You can't fake positivity. You can't fake joy, okay? In life. It has to be the real deal. Now, here's the thing with law of attraction. You have to be it. If you want to attract abundance, and whatever that vision is for you of abundance, whatever that vision is for you of, say, money or weight loss or the love of your life, you have to envision it, and you have to envision how you feel with that goal. Not just like what it is, but like how you feel. What somebody would say. Like I always, what does that feel like for you? So for me, for example, with money, it's getting really in touch with the why you want to make, say with money, why you want to make money, and what is the vision that you see. So for me, when I think about why do I want to make money, like what the fuck is it all for? Because a lot of people just chase money and they don't even know why. So for me, when I think about it, one of the biggest things for me is having time off. I love time off. And I love going to for me, I would love to become how I was when I was younger, which was I did sports every single day. I would swim an hour. I would go for just yesterday, I feel like I've got myself back a little bit. But I would go for hour swims, and then I would maybe go for an hour bike ride or hour run. And that was daily. And my health felt just like my joy just started to exude. Kind of like on today's call. This is because yesterday I just took the full day off. I went to the beach. I went for an hour and a half swim. And I felt like, fuck, there I am. And so when I envision my life, when I envision a dream of what I feel like would happen if I had a lot of money, it would look like this. It would look like me being able to take time off and having the money come in at the same time in my business. Not struggling and working hard and killing myself to make the money. It would look like I just got to go to the beach and I have a team of people working for me and I just made $10,000 in that day. Okay? Or for you, it might be making $200 in a day. It might be just making any money in a day. It doesn't matter, you know, what the level is. There's no better than less than in this world. Like, I'm not any better than you. You're not any better than me. So it's like, and then what else? It would look like, for me, it would look like, so you want to become very clear with your vision, first of all. So for me, it looks like I would have a support team. First of all, I would have more kids. You know, I would have maybe 2 adopted kids, and I would have everyone to support me. I would have a nanny, and I would have people to make my meals. That's already happening right now. But I would, you know, I would have this huge team, people to do my errands, people to help me with the house, people to do all these things. So I would get really clear on that vision. And then when, and you want to envision, where would you be? What would that moment where you're like, fuck, you'd have maybe a girlfriend look at you and go, fuck, you've done it. Like, wow, you're amazing. You know, who would that be? Who would look at you and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you made this possible. And you want to see, when you're in that vision, what the feeling would be for you. So for me, when I think about my vision, at least with money, and you could do this with your job, you could do this with a partner, you could do, how would that feel with my partner when we're staring into each other's eyes and we're like, wow, and it just feels so comfortable. And maybe they would say something like, wow, I never thought this was real. Or maybe like, oh my God, I see you. I understand you. So you want to get really clear. Or maybe it would be you and your partner going on adventures. Maybe it would be you and your partner drinking coffee at a Starbucks and maybe traveling. Who knows? So you want to get super clear. And you want to understand all those feelings that you really want to feel. The feelings. Not just the vision, but the feelings. Like for me, it just feels like I would have a house. First of all, it would be very feng shui, and it would be simple. Like it would feel less stressful. It would feel very easy, flowing, people to support me. There's not a lot of chaos going on. There's not a lot of like disorganization. And it doesn't have to look always amazing. Like it can also look like if I'm having a sad day, I could take the day off and be sad. It doesn't always have to look like positive. Okay? This vision. And the main feeling is just like freedom, ease. So you want to get really clear on what that is. Write a comment, pop a comment. What do you guys want to feel? What does that feeling feel like for you? If you guys said, some people said wealth, some people said health. How does it feel? What does that vision feel? For health, are you jumping out of bed? Are you like, yeah? You're like, yeah, I'm ready to start the day. You know what? Woo, it's getting hot in here because I have the door closed. But yeah, like, what is that for you? What would you be doing? You know, dream job. If you have a dream job, what is it about the dream job? Why do you want the dream job? What is it about? Maybe you're helping people. Maybe you're giving back. You know, maybe that's rewarding conversations every day, right? So anybody, Kim says joyful and grateful. Anne says yes. Yes! And see, it's getting into the feeling of it. It's getting into the feeling of it. Like, it's like, like I always have this feeling when I really get on point. It's just like I'm a bird. I'm like, For me, it's just like fun and play and excitement. Fun and play and excitement. That's what I want. Like when I'm making money, I just want it to be fucking fun. Okay? So what happens? So once you get that vision, what happens is you got to be it. You got to be it to attract it. The problem with going after goals, and this is why maybe I'll post my video about why going after goals creates suffering. Because a lot of the times, as you're going for these goals, the universe is going to bring up every limiting belief that you have that is where you're not in alignment with your goal. Because everything you want is waiting for you in a heartbeat. It's all there. It's all it's all around. It is always available. It's just about you lining up with that vibration and allowing it in. Okay? So the key thing is oftentimes you go after weight loss, you go after health. Anne says, I'm just going to read what you guys say. Rosa says, joyful and fun and giving back. Okay. Connect into that feeling of giving back. And how does that make you feel, Rosa? How does that make you feel when you give back? What does that make you feel about yourself? Does that make you feel confident? Does that make you feel worthy? Does that make you feel all these things? Like, so you have to tune into that feeling. Why do you want to give back? How does that make you feel? Anne says, weight loss, energy, powerful, fun, excited. I can do any activity I want. Ooh, that's good. You know what I mean? Can do any activity I want. Money equals being generous. Yes, because money too is just, it's just an exchange. Oh, hi, Loon. Nice to meet you. This is it. It's like people think it's just bills. No, money is just exchange. It's just an energy exchange, right? So being generous. And this is the thing. People think they need money to be generous. And I'm saying this is why you got to get to the place where you are generous before you even have money. Because that is what's going to attract it. Because you got to be it to bring it in. What I mean by this, so if you're going after weight loss and you step on the scale, you do all this work and you didn't lose a pound, what does that bring up for you? Usually frustration, self-worth stuff. I know for, it might anger at yourself. And I mean, this stuff all connects back, I'm telling you, to childhood. Okay, so we're not going into this today, but just to let you know, every block that comes up connects back to your childhood. And for anyone that's interested in breaking through that stuff, get on a breakthrough call with me and join my program, because this is where we do the deep, deep inner work. Okay? So, but you need to, so anytime you feel frustrated and unworthy, whatever, you're not in that state of how you would feel if you had the weight loss, which is if you have weight loss, you feel confident. If you have confident, maybe you feel like you accept yourself. Maybe you feel sexy. So you got to feel sexy now. You got to feel confident now. You got to feel like you wear those, you put the clothes on and you're like, damn girl, right? You got to start doing and feeling all the ways you need to feel now. So I'm going to share a little story with you guys. So what I realized was when I first started making money, I invested $10,000 in a program. And it was awesome because I was ready to work and I had done literally a decade of self-healing and it was ready to get into the doing. And the doing just came effortlessly. So up until like maybe 5 months, and I manifested, I set a goal for 30,000 and I made 32,000. Okay? Now, after a while, in the last month or so, it started getting more challenging. And what was happening is I definitely am at the place where when I get anxiety and stuff, I don't force myself to keep, like, I do go in and I don't deny myself. I do the work. I go in and I nurture the feelings because you can't ignore yourself into wholeness. Okay? So here's the thing. The problem is there's this feeling, as I grew up as a kid, I have these beliefs in my head, and a lot of the beliefs are like, you got to sacrifice yourself to make money. You got to work hard to make money. You got to work hard to make money. But the problem with that belief, you got to work hard to make money, it is contrary to my vision, which is I want ease, effortlessness, play and fun and abundance and financial abundance. So it's like contrasting beliefs going on. So no wonder, like I was getting all these breakthrough calls and it wasn't happening because my energy and my emotional state. And here's the thing with you guys, okay? Emotional state is everything. Emotional state determines your point of attraction in the universe, okay? So hold on, this just went small. So if you want to get to the state where you're like, fuck, you have abundance, you feel awesome, then you got to start doing those things in your life now that make you feel abundant. So for me, what I was doing is I was making myself work, and I was waking up with anxiety, and I was processing it. I was definitely processing it. But truly what I wanted when I started to connect in is I needed a break. I needed fun. I needed to go to the cottage. I needed to go to the beach. I needed to, the sun keeps changing in here, so I'm going to move myself around for you guys. But I needed to go to the beach. I'm going to shift this up if I can. Yeah, I needed to have fun. I needed to create that same level of peace and ease and flow that I want in the future. I have to do that now. Do you see? Because then you're no longer reaching for the future. You're no longer reaching and searching, like dangling this carrot in front of you. It's like you have enough. It's already there. It's already present. I'm already abundant. I'm already healthy. I do enough. I have enough. I am enough. I do enough. I have enough. I am enough. Yeah? Where do you guys, I want to hear on the call, what do you feel, where do you feel like your emotional state is getting rocked? What is coming up for you? You know, what are you needing? What are you envisioning in the future that you're not giving yourself in the present moment? You know, for example, I'll just go through a couple of your guys. Let me just ask you some questions. So for example, if you have a dream of giving back to people, giving back, you want a job so you can give back. Where can you give back in the moment? Where can you get that same feeling that you would get on a job right now today? For example, I'll give you another example. What else did you guys say? What was Kimmy's? Wait, good health. So yeah, good health. You know, even if you're not in good health, for example, I'll just give you a little thing. If you want good health where you just jump out of bed, sometimes if you have a belief that says, I have to be in good health, and you're not, it's going to cause resistance and stress. It's going to cause not good health. So what has to change? Your belief about needing to have good health when you don't. It's very complex, okay? Like this stuff is complex. And this is why it takes, it takes having a counselor, it takes support to do this work, because it's not just so simple. I meet with coaches seriously every single week, like business coaches and personal coaches. So you might have to shift. It's the same thing with your body. If you need to feel confident in the moment and you're overweight, well, how can I feel confident being overweight? How can I love myself regardless? You got to get yourself to that space where you just think you're sexy and fine. It's like, damn girl, I just ate 3 cheeseburgers. Like, I feel fine. Like, let's get it on. I am enough. Only came aware of this in the past week. There's no struggle. Hardcore. I'm okay. This is it. And sometimes we have this thing where it's a get it, forget it. Get it, forget it, get it, forget it. So you reach these epiphanies where it's like, I am enough. And you're like, oh my God, I'm enough. And you'll go through this time in your life where you feel enough. And then boom, something else will come up. It's just like out of thin air, like another layer of I am not enough. And my mom and I always joke, it's the get it, forget it thing. But it's just different layers. Okay? So here's another thing. And then I'll probably wrap up the call. But I do enough, I have enough, I am enough, says Anne. Yeah, that's exactly what I crave when I run to my addiction. Yeah, people run to addictions because they don't feel enough. I am enough. I have enough. I do enough. There's a lot of shame around addiction. Anne says, if you're overweight, how do you get that feeling? Well, the very first feeling is a lot of times the shame. It's around dropping the shame about being overweight, because you got to get to the place where you feel beautiful now. So you feel beautiful now. And that revolves around a little bit of learning about how to do some inner child work and talking to that inner child in yourself and seeing what they really need to hear. Not, are you sure you should eat that extra honey cruller? Like growing up, or if you were bullied as a kid, for your weight, or if your parents always made a big deal about it. So it's about going in and talking to, like, you're looking at your self-talk and seeing what you're actually saying about your weight. I would write it down. That's the first step. You got to see what you say to yourself. That's the very, very first step. So one other thing. So here's something I did in this, because fostering, it's taken forever because they kind of messed up. And now I got put back for another 6 months because I want to foster to adopt and not foster. It's this whole crazy thing. But the truth is, I just want more children in my life. And so when I thought about putting my goal, like I have to wait to foster to have more children, that's depressing because that could be 2 years. Who knows? So all I did is I started to just bring children into my life. I didn't wait. I'm just like, did it now. How can I have more children in my life now? You know? So what did I do? I have like 2 daughters. I call them my goddaughters. They come to the beach. They came to the beach. And then I'm taking them all away for a week up north, like for a cottage. So it's just going to be my son. There's going to be 3 kids. And just like driving in that car, I made a post about it yesterday. Or I just put it on my thing about beach time. It was just like, I just was like, oh my God, this is what I want. This is like what I've been craving. And the joy, I can feel the joy just started to come back. Come back into my body. And I decided too, I was like, okay, you want fun and you want this, like, how am I going to get a month off in August and just work out of a cottage? How can I make that happen where I could just go away and be on the water for 1 month? And I'm just like going to make it happen. I'm just going to figure it out and try to be resourceful. So it's about, the problem with goals is you have to wait for them to happen. And that sucks. You got to wait for your happiness to come. Stop waiting, start creating. That's what I say. Stop waiting, start creating. How can you get to the place where you can feel more joyful, more effort, ease, more health, more whatever now? What's it going to take? What's it going to take for you guys to get that joy and abundance and happiness now? And when you get to that state, I'm telling you, magic happens. Magic happens. Abundance and material, like, everything becomes material in the most magical of ways that you never even thought. It's like, oh, I have to work hard to make it happen. But when you get in vibration, shit starts just showing up in your life. It's amazing. I mean, it is amazing. I'm going to read Rose's and then we might have to wrap it up because it's getting to be a long call, but I love you guys. My vision needs clarity. I always believed I haven't been worthy or smart enough to have a dream job, let alone helping and giving back to others. Yes, so, it is about feeling worthy, getting to the place where you start to feel worthy now, even without a dream job, that you are giving back. Like, there has been times, Rosa, where you have given back to me just from our conversations. And so it is about seeing where you have a lot to contribute. Like even what you posted on your site, and you had all these people, you know, giving you praise and saying, wow, good for you, and that's amazing. And so it's really starting to build that worthiness and that smart enough now, that you feel like that now, with and without creating that goal. Even with you guys, if you hear like someone's manifesting a lot of money, like say me, and I talk about it, and it creates those feelings of like, fuck, I'm not there myself. Those are the feelings that you want to nurture. Those are the feelings that you want to acknowledge, because those are the feelings that are holding you back. Because they're saying, oh, I'm not as far ahead as she is. And so you're not recognizing your own awesomeness and your worth. We're all just at different levels on the same journey, you know, and there's moments too when I am not doing well. I am not doing well by the stupid standards of be, do, have, like do and have, like capitalistic materialism. But when it comes to spiritual alignment, spiritually being worthy, being enough, you can have that at any time. It doesn't know time. Okay? And this is why it's a spiritual experience. Manifestation is a spiritual experience. It's not a material. It's like there's combination, right? You want to get the 80% is mindset, and once you get the mindset, then it's action. Then you got to take action. You can't lose weight. Sometimes you can lose weight just by loving yourself. That's true. But you eventually, it's like then it's developing the skill. Okay? So I love you guys. I think you're amazing. I'm so excited for your journey. Feel free to post more comments and try to get really clear on what that vision is for you and how you could bring that into your life. Maybe pop a comment. How do you guys think you could bring that into your life a little bit more today? You know, and sometimes happiness doesn't always look like, I just want to say to you, sometimes joy doesn't always look like, yeah, but sometimes it looks like, if you're sad, letting yourself be sad. The minute you let yourself be sad and you stop shaming yourself, you get a little more joy. You get a little more joy. Right? I say to my son all the time, when he's sad, I say, don't be happy. Don't be happy. How sad can you be today? You better not be sad. Or you better not be happy. You better be grumpy. And he can't maintain that grumpiness for too long. Let me tell you. So, and I love you. So if anybody is wanting change, I always say this. I have to say this because and it's exciting for me, is my 90-day program is awesome. If you're wanting to just, figure out what is your vision, where you want to go and what's holding you back, jump on a free hour call with me. I had a client yesterday. I do only go on calls with people that want to invest, but I had a client say, oh my God, just after the one call, all her stuff in her life started to change. So it's cool. But yes, thank you. Oh my God, I love you, Rosa. And for those that are like wanting to figure out, how do I get happy with being more weight? How do I get happy with not having these goals? That is the inner child work. In the program, we do inner child work, we do breath work, we do journey work, we even go into nutrition, because a lot of it's mindset, but then you also got to figure out the doing. You know, you got to figure out, okay, what do I eat? What are the fundamentals of nutrition if you're trying to lose weight? What are the, even for people wanting to make money, anyone wanting to make money, I can help you guys with creating, all the entrepreneurs, on creating a system, how to get clients, how to have their own practice. So if this sounds like you and you want to know the tools as well as the mindset, the systems to manifesting as well as the mindset and how to do it, click in below, man. Don't do it by yourself. You can waste years of your life doing it by yourself. Okay? You can just waste years. Every time I have a coach, she improves my life 1,000,000 times, my coach. Oh my God. just recently. She was the one she's like, why are you sacrificing yourself? Why are you, Nanette? Love you, Nanette. Oh my God. She's actually on my team. My coach of 10 years is now on my breakthrough team. So every time I meet with her, she just, stuff that would just sit there, and it would be a year later and I would still be dealing with the same stuff. She just helps me shift through in weeks to days. So it's so great. I love you guys. Oh, you're the best. I'm so glad you're here. Cam, Rosa, Ann, everybody, Loon, such a pleasure. I look forward to you. Get on the addiction challenge. I think Becky was the only person that put a video on the challenge, and I was like, girl, and she felt a little embarrassed, and I was like, girl, you're the most courageous. So it was really raw and real. I commend you, Becky. That was awesome. If anybody for the weight loss, for the addiction challenge, post your stuff and what you're wanting to kick and what's your unmet need. Okay? I love you guys. I will talk to you soon.